Hey everyone, Martin here and welcome back to channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at Unity built-in splash screen system and learn how to create a professional startup screen for our game without writing any single line of code. First let's open the project settings. You can find it under Edit, Project Settings and Player. Then scroll down until you see the splash image section. This is where Unity allows us to customize what players see when the game starts. The first option is Show Splash Screen. If this option is enabled, Unity will display a startup screen before loading your game. If you disable it, the splash screen will be skipped completely. Next we have a splash style. This controls the overall appearance of the splash screen. For example, we can choose a dark theme or a light theme depending on the style of our game and logo. Below that, we have the animation setting. This controls how our logo appears on the screen. Different animation styles create different visual effects when the splash screen starts. Feel free to experiment with the settings and see which one fits your project best. Now let's talk about the most important section, logos. This is where we can add our own company logo, studio logo or a personal brand logo. In my case, I'm going to use the logo for my channel, Martin Game Dev. So before we can add it here, we need to import our logo into Unity. For this, it's better to use a PNG image, especially if our logo has a transparent background. So let's drag the PNG file into the project window. After that, select the image, go to the inspector, and change the texture type to Sprite, 2D and UI, and then set the sprite mode to single, and press apply. We do this because by default, Unity treats imported images as regular textures. But for UI elements and splash screen logos, Unity needs to understand that this image should be used as a sprite. Since our logo is just a one single image and not a sprite sheet, so we can choose single as a sprite mode. Now that the image is prepared correctly, we can go back to the splash screen settings, press the plus button in the logo section and assign our new logo sprite. Next to the logo you can see the logo duration slider. This controls how long the logo remains visible on the screen. If you want a quickly startup, use a shorter duration. If you want a more cinematic introduction, increase the value slightly. You can also see the Show Unity logo option. If this is enabled, Unity will display its own branding alongside your splash screen. For many years, if you're using the Unity personal license, showing the Unity logo was actually mandatory. There was no way to disable it without upgrading to a paid plan. However, that changed with Unity 6, so Unity now allows personal users to completely disable the Made with Unity splash screen and remove the Unity logo if they want to. Below that, we have a draw mode. This settings controls how Unity displays its own logo related to yours. For example, with the Unity logo below, the Unity logo appears underneath your custom logo. If you switch to all sequential, Unity will display each logo one after another part of the splash screen sequence. For this tutorial, I leave the Unity logo disabled so we can focus on our branding. Further down, we have the background settings. This allows us to customize the background color or use a custom background image. For example, you can use a solid black background or a gradient or even artwork from your game. This is a great way to make your splash screen feel more unique and professional. Alright, and if you actually decided to use your own custom image as a background image, we just need to repeat some steps what we did before. So firstly, we need to import our image. For example, I'm gonna take this one. Let's go again to the texture type, set sprite T and UI. And also let's set sprite mode to the single, apply, and attach this image to the background image. And let's press the preview and we can see that our images appear. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and put your huge likes. See you in the next video.